small conversation. And your grandfather, is your grandfather alive?
Yes.
And your grandmother?
Yes, she's
Very good. And
no, my grandfather, they not live.
very good. So, but you knew your grandfather, yeah? You knew your grandfather. You had contact with your
Yes.
grandfather. So, please describe your grandfather.
My grandfather is
Is?
my grandfather art was
That's it, because it's past description.
my grandfather was tall man and a strong worker man.
Very hard worker.
Hard worker.
That's it, and the name.
His name is John.
Yes.
He.
Because he is at the moment, not at the moment.
Okay.
His name was.
His name was
Very good.
Joel.
Very good. And in his final year, how old was he?
Please repeat that.
In his final year, how old was he?
He was 70 years old.
Very good, very good.
75 years old.
And his occupation, what was his occupation?
My occupation?
No, your grandfather's.
His occupation. He was a truck driver.
Very good, perfect. This is past information. Now, in your memory now, let's exercise your memory. 2010. At the moment you are in Videira and you are an English student. And in 2010,
In 2010, I have lived.
simple.
I was.
At the moment you are in Videira.
I was living in Argentina.
Very good, perfect.
And I was studying in university.
Very good. But it's possible to say that at the moment you are a speed-up student, and in 2010 you were a university student. Because at the moment you are an engineer.
Yeah,
But in 2010,
I'm not engineer. I was studying.
very good. How old are you today?
I'm 28 years old.
And in 2010,
I'm 20. I was 23 years old.
that's it.
Yeah.
See?
I was 23 years old.
Very good, very good. Okay.
Living.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. That's it. Now, memorize the table. Memorize the objects on the table. Perfect? No problem? A few minutes? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah. Now, describe the table in the past.
1 minute ago, the table was what?
There was.
There was a marker
Very good.
and a cup and
1 cup.
yeah, 2 cups.
Yeah. All memory.
My
So-
memory.
Go.
And how do you say in English?
But repeat.
There was a eraser and controls.
Repeat.
There were controls.
Books.
There are 3 books.
Sorry?
There were 3 books.
Very good. And
there was sunglasses.
so there were sunglasses.
Okay.
There was
sunglasses.
Very good. That's it. Very important. Now, in your classroom, that's it. Very good. In your classroom at the moment, there is one colleague and there's one teacher. Okay. And there is only one type of class here, English. And in your university, please describe your classroom in university.
My classroom, there were some colleagues.
Very good.
And there was a teacher. There were some of chairs and desks. There were some of computers or laptops.
Very good. Very good.
There were
Blackboard. What?
There was a blackboard and there was a floor.
Very good. That's it. See, you describe your old classroom. This is very important. Okay. Now, this is different from a past action. What is the sound of a past action?
ED.
That's it. ED is the sound of a past action. So, let's talk about what you did Saturday. So, what day was Saturday?
What day?
Yeah.
Last Saturday?
Yeah, today is the 17th of November. What day was Saturday?
Saturday is. Saturday was 14.
Very good. It was the 14th
14th
of November. So, let's go.
Last Saturday was 14th November.
So, what did you do Saturday?
I
Woke.
woke to 8 o'clock
Very good.
and I ate the breakfast. I had breakfast to 9 o'clock.
What did you eat in the breakfast?
I ate bread and coffee.
You eat coffee?
I drink and coffee. I
Drunk.
drank coffee.
Very good. Usually E transforms in the O. Drink, drunk. See, saw.
Okay.
The O sound. Okay. Buy, bought.
Okay.
It's normally I prefer to know. Okay. So go, continue.
And
At 10 o'clock, what did you do at 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock, I watched the television.
Very good. What did you watch on TV?
Saturday, I
Yeah.
watched a song of program of football, soccer, and Formula One. Yeah,
Perfect.
Saturday I watched Formula One
Practices. That's it. The practices. Cool. Very good. Go. And after?
And
Midday, 11 o'clock.
midday, I had lunch. I ate rice and beans with meat,
Very good.
basically.
That's it. A basic Brazilian lunch.
Yeah.
Go. Next.
And during the afternoon, I watched the television too, and
take care at the moment?
I take care of my wife. Well, I took care of my wife
Why?
because she was sick.
Perfect. That's it. Information was not an action. Perfect. That's it. Very good. And so quiet Saturday.
Yes.
At night you watch more TV.
Movies and series.
That's it. That's it. So you watch TV, and took care of your wife. But that's the idea, okay? So, and negative actions in the past. Last Saturday, did you travel to Florianopolis?
Oh, I didn't travel to Florianopolis.
Travel.
I traveled to Florianopolis.
Because the past action is didn't. That's it, that was. And did you go to a restaurant on Saturday?
No, I didn't go to the restaurant Saturday.
And did you play soccer Saturday?
No, I didn't play soccer.
That's it, okay? Now, and this is very important. You use this action, the ED sound, the normal sound, when you specify a day, a moment, okay? This is very important. Because if you specify, when you specify a moment, you just use ED. Because the moment is important too. But imagine that you talk about an action that happened in the afternoon. Okay? Afternoon. It's a period of time. So, what TV shows were you watching in the afternoon?
I was watching the qualifying of Formula One.
Very good. That's it. And this is very important because it stopped. Okay? So that's why you use was at work. Okay? And this morning, okay? This morning, what were you doing this morning?
This morning I was
Coming.
to the
Very good. The full morning. Because if you talk about the morning, you decide the most important action.
This morning I was working in
Office.
office to my brother.
Very good. My brother's office.
Okay.
See? That is the most important action. But at 12 o'clock? 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
So let's specify 12 o'clock. Coming to be there. What were you doing at 12 o'clock?
I was coming to the
Perfect. Understand the difference? Because in the morning, the most important action, working in your brother's office. But at 12 o'clock, the most important action, coming to video. Okay. And this we consider the time. Okay. It's very important, that period of time. No problems here?
No.
And this you don't say I didn't was working. Okay? I wasn't sleeping in the morning, okay? I was working. Yes, with the negative sign. Now, this is very important. An important action in the past has a special sound. What is that sound of an important past action? Very good. That's it. That is the important sound of a past action. And if the action is important, is the time important?
No important.
So, normally, it's easy to consider ideas similar to in my life. Okay? Or recently. This idea. So let's create examples with these two ideas. Cities you have visited in your life.
I have visited Parnaíba and Piauí recently.
Yeah, cool. Why?
I have been working in a project.
That's it. So it started in the past and continues to the present, not stop. That's it.
That's it.
Very good. And now a specific day. When did you go to Parnaíba?
I went to Parnaíba in July.
Perfect. See? In your life, you have visited Parnaíba. Or recently you have visited Parnaíba. And specifically, you went in July. That is the difference between the two. Okay? And the courses you have done in your life.
I have done a university course in my life. And
So, what course did you do in university?
I did environmental engineer.
Very good. And when did you finish your course?
I finished my course in 2012.
Very good. And have you done a post-graduation?
No, I haven't done post-graduation.
And, okay. And instruments. Have you played any instruments in your life?
No, I haven't played.
So,
Yeah.
0 times.
0 times.
Never.
Okay.
So, compliment your argument.
Okay. No, I haven't never played instruments.
Very good.
Any instrument.
I have never.
I have never.
Yeah, because if you say haven't, never,
Okay.
equals positive. See the idea? So negative, negative, positive.
Okay.
So you have played. That's it. So it's possible. Have never. And cars and vehicles that you have driven in your life. What vehicles have you driven in your life?
I have already drove,
Driven?
four, and the cars.
Yeah. And the bus.
No, I have never driven a bus.
Very good. And a motorcycle. Have you ridden a motorcycle?
No, I have never ridden
A moment.
Yes.
What time?
I have already ridden a bike.
Yeah.
One time in my life.
That's it. Not a good experience.
No, I like, but
I like it.
but it was very
Dangerous. That's it. Very good. Okay. So understand the motive we use this. Okay. The motive for this. And it's important to complement. So you use vocabulary like already, never, just. Have you ever finished lesson 19?
Yes, I have just finished the
Lesson.
the lesson 19.
Very good, very good. And have you finished lesson 20?
No, I haven't finished the lesson 20
Yet.
yet.
See, because you will in the future. What is the difference between yet and never?
This action.
In never. Never.
Never 0 times.
0 times in the past and no intention in the future.
Okay. Yet is
You have the intention
have the intention.
to do in the future. That's it. Very good. That is the difference. Now, we have this possibility too, okay? Now imagine that we talk about 2 actions in the past. What is the sound that represents what is an old action?
Had.
Sorry?
Had.
That's it. Old action. Had. Okay? And that's very important. But this you use when you compare 2 past action. So you have 2 past actions. The old action you used had. So, let's think here. What courses have you finished before you started speed up course?
Before I start the speed up course,
So before I started, because you started in the past, go.
I had finished the book 1 and the book 1. I had finished book 1.
And languages. Have in the past, have you studied languages? Spanish, French? No?
And
A bit. So, what languages had you studied before you studied English?
I studied Italian. I had before I studied Italian, I had studied English.
Yeah. So
And
you. Yeah. So you started to study recently Italian
no.
in the past. So
Okay.
so what is the old action? Study English or study Italian?
Okay. Before I studied English, I had studied Italian.
Very good.
In school.
And it's possible to use this when I studied English, I had studied Italian in school.
Okay.
Okay? Because you create a moment and you talk about a previous action. When. And what had happened when Dilma Rousseff was elected president? So, who had been the president before Dilma Rousseff was elected president?
Okay. When Dilma Rousseff elected president, Lula had been elected
That's it.
president.
That's it. Because now I understand that Lula was before Dilma. And let's create more examples. And do you practice any sports now? So what sports?
No.
No. But in the past, what sports did you practice?
I practiced soccer.
Very good. And before that, what sport had you practiced before soccer?
I practiced swimming too.
Very good. So,
When I practiced swimming, I had practiced soccer.
very good. That's it. That's it. This is the motive we use. Okay, had. And this is very important in book 3, because in book 3 we create some very difficult ideas using this old action. Okay? Finally, we talk about actions that started in the past and continue to the present. And this is very important to compare to actions that stop in the past. Start in the past, but stop in the past. Okay? So we have the idea of stop and continue. Yeah? Where have you been working?
I have been working in my house. Yeah, in my house.
Very good. And how long have you been working in your house?
I have been working in my house for 3 years. Almost 3 years.
Very good. And what language have you been studying at Speed Up?
I have been studying English in Sweden.
Very good. And what language were you studying? What language were you studying in high school? What language were you studying in high school?
I was studying Italian in high school.
Very good. Understand the difference?
Yeah.
That's it. And cool. So you have been working at home. And before that, where were you working?
I was working in.
The company name.
I
You can use the company's name.
I was working in office, in my brother's office.
Very good, that's it. See, but not now, because you were working, you stopped. You are working at home.
Yeah.
Okay? And now, important. What activity? No sports? I know, I understand. But what things have you been doing? Been studying?
I have been reading my books and I have been, how do you say in English, esperando.
Wait.
I have been waiting my baby.
Very good, that's it. And in 2012, what were your activities? Had stopped. Okay. So
I was reading my books and I was working sometimes.
Yes. Sports, for example.
No? Sports. I was playing soccer and swimming.
Every week?
Yeah, in 2012 I was playing soccer every week.
Very good.
Now.
No, that's it. But this is important to understand the difference, okay? Because in English, if your activity started in the past and continues to the present, it's important to use that, okay? So this is very important. So okay, very good. And which book have you been reading?
I have been reading, how do you say in English, spiritual books and biography books.
Biography books. Autobiography.
Autobiography books.
And question, but the book you have been reading this week?
This week I have been reading
The name.
I don't remember the name.
So, when did you buy that book? The exact moment. When did you buy that book?
I don't understand, but
Buy its money in the store.
okay.
When did you buy that book?
I did buy 20 reals. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the price. But I'm talking about the moment, when, the day.
When I did buy a book
In July, in June, August, September.
October.
Very good.
I did buy a book October.
Buy or
So for
so buy?
both.
Oh, so go. When did you buy that book?
I did buy both in October.
Very good. And how much did you pay for the book?
I paid 20 reals.
Very good, very good. And where did you buy the book? Where?
I did both.
You did what?
I bought in a library.
Very good. Library or bookstore?
Bookstore.
Yeah. Because libraries rent books, not sell. You use
Okay.
temporarily return a bookstore. That's it. And okay, interesting. And okay. And where have you traveled recently?
Recently, I traveled to Piauí. Yeah.
So the action is important.
I have traveled to Piauí.
So, and then the moment is important. When did you travel to Piauí?
I traveled to Piauí in July.
Very good. See, that's it. And why did you travel to Piauí? Why did you travel?
I have been traveling to Piauí for working.
Yeah.
To working.
Very good. So it's important to organize your day. So for example, the motive is work. So it's possible to say, I travel to Piauí because of work. That's not an action, it's a motive. But you can say, because I have been working with a company, or I have been working in a project. Why did you travel to Piauí?
Because I have been working in a project
Very good.
in that
State.
state.
And exact moment. When did that project start?
The project started in 2014.
Very good, that's it, see? And how many times have you traveled to Piauí?
I have traveled to Piauí for 4 times.
Very good, that's it.
4 times.
Because the moment is not important, the quantity is important. That's it. See? And your wife, has your wife traveled to Piauí with you?
No, she hasn't traveled to Piauí
Yeah, very good.
with me.
And okay. have you ever traveled? Have you ever visited? What's the name? Very good for fishing in Piauí. Araguaia. Have you visited Araguaia?
Araguaia is in Tocantins.
Tocantins. Oh, sorry, my geography. God, yes, sorry. I mixed the two because I
Tocantins or Tocantins.
Tocantins or Piauí?
Or Goiás.
No, yes, it's in between Goiás and Tocantins.
Yeah.
Because I have visited Araguaia.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 times. I have fished.
I would like to visit Araguaia.
Very good, that's it, okay? So, this is the book 2. This is the complete book 2. And it's very important to organize your conversation. Let's do this exercise, okay? It's very important for you to complete the sentences, okay?